Hey everyone, RogueGold here. Happy launch day of TU 16.4. Everybody, today is of course the release of the Season 10 finale, the new update, as I just said, the holiday event, the new apparel event, tons of stuff to dive into. And to start my coverage of it off, I wanted to go over the new item that has been added for this year's holiday event rotation, that being the O'Carroll named Sniper. So before we take a look at it, let me just tell you how you can get it, and it's very simple. It is the same way as we've gotten the Slayer and the Chill Out items in years past, and that is through the Hoarder enemy in the game, aka the Loot Goblin, as many like to dub it. This guy can be found pretty much anywhere, from out in the open world to in the summit he can show up. You just have to run around, and it is pretty much RNG as to where or whether or not he will show up. However, there are certain spawn points that a lot of people like to use that are a bit more consistent than others. The one that I was put on to last time I did a stream and actually worked out for me this morning is to go to the DZ South Gate and head towards your left if you're facing the Dark Zone checkpoint, and as soon as you get over in that little area, he should spawn in. If he doesn't, just go back to the White House and fast travel back. Do that a few times and he should show up. You can see on this very first try that I had, he showed up and he was just waiting over in that parking lot, and I was able to nab the new named O'Carroll Sniper. So let's go take a look at what this thing has to offer, and then we'll get to a little bit of gameplay. And so here we are with the brand new named weapon, and the first thing that I want to say before I get into anything else is just how glorious of a weapon model I think this is. It has a really nice glossy finish on the entire thing. As you can see, it's got that cool etching back in the stock of what's probably like a reindeer, something like that to fit the holiday theme. I love the big scope on it. It's got the light on the front, which is, if I back out of here, very visible in darker environments, as you can see there. It's a really cool looking weapon, just as I think the other two holiday items are. The Slayer, the Chill Out doesn't have a ton of detailing, but it has those little icicles. Anyway, they've kept the theme, and this holiday weapon looks really, really cool. As far as practicality goes, that's where I think it'll be up to interpretation a little bit. It has the V12 scope on it, or the VX1 I should say, which gives you that 35% headshot damage, which is what I would say a lot of people use on their Marksman Rifle build, so that's good. It's certainly viable in that regard. On the attributes, it of course comes with Marksman Rifle damage, headshot damage, and then you can get, I believe, any attribute. I'm going to have to farm for more to get one with probably damage targets out of cover, damage to armor, but then the talent is where it'll get pretty interesting for a lot of people, because it's not quite the most viable, some might say, but it's called Twinkling Lights. Only at night with twinkling lights can you fill their heads with festive might. And so what this ultimately ends up being is that if you get a headshot kill with this thing, it creates a firework effect right around them. So again, doesn't really have any gameplay value, but it's, it is cool, certainly, and it fits the holiday theme where not all of those items that they release are not necessarily the most practical, or they're not meant to be, the most powerful things in the game. It's kind of a bit opposite from the Slayer, because the Slayer has a really powerful talent where it creates a confuse effect when you hit them with a headshot, but the base weapon isn't that good. This thing is just as good as any other sniper in the game. It's got great stats, but then its talent just doesn't really do much as far as gameplay purposes. That said, I still ran around with it. It was a lot of fun. I've got some gameplay that I'll try and run in the background here. It is a perfectly great and fun weapon that I think a lot of people will enjoy going out and hunting and adding to their collection. But again, as far as this being like the next big thing, or the next big, meta thing to make a build with, not probably going to be that, but didn't have to be. And I don't know what necessarily people's expectations were going in. But again, because it's a very cool weapon, because it has that nice effect, I'm pleased with it, and I think, like I said, it'll be a nice addition to a lot of people's collections. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe with notifications on so you can be updated every time I upload. Let me know your thoughts on this brand new O'Carroll named Sniper for the holiday event in 2022 for the Division 2. Is it what you were expecting? Not enough? More than you were hoping for? Whatever your thoughts are, I would love to hear them. I'm going to let just a bit more of this gameplay run, everybody, just so you can see some of that cool firework effect. You see it best at nighttime, so that's of course where I went and played, but that is going to do it for me today, everybody. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and until the next one, guys, RogueGold out.